Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. Yes, if you feel comfortable, you can turn your video on. We would love to see you. I'm just going to give it a few more seconds. Give us a few more seconds so that we can have more people with us. How's everyone doing? So nice seeing so many faces and new faces. Welcome. Okay, so Happy New Year, everyone. Happy 2023. Haven't had a chance to greet all of you yet, so this is the first time. For me, this would be like the new year. I've just started my new year actually. Spent a couple of days just diving deep. Yesterday, I did a detox. Yeah, so that was good. So officially starting the new year. And so a very warm welcome to everybody here. All the new faces and those that are going to listen into the replay. We're so happy to have you here. So today, a few things that we will be discussing. Of course, the messages for the new year for 2023, the next wave of ascension that has already begun. We're talking about the importance of activating grid lines and the dragon energies that are so strong right now, that's just come in. Actually, from December, it has already entered the earth. How we can set ourselves up for success in this new year and beyond. So we'll be looking at 2023 and 2024. Also bringing everybody back in alignment to their mission. And of course, we're going to wrap everything up with a healing session talking about the Purity and Innocence codes, realigning that back into ourselves so that we are right back on track for the new year. Okay, so since we are in day 8 already of 2023, who has been setting up their goals and then realized that on day 8 or maybe even on day 6, the goals are no more. They've kind of slipped away from your goals. So some of us probably, right? So setting up goals, which is what we do every single year, and then realizing that, into a couple of days into the new year, it's all gone. And so we've got to change that, right? As we move into this new year, new energies. The energies are coming in so fast that we really have to set up a plan, a practice for the self so that we can really embark on our mission. And the mission can be anything that you want to achieve in your personal life. It doesn't have to be, like what so many of us do, the healing work. It could be just healing and helping others in whatever you do. It could be opening up a cafe. It could be a yoga teacher, anything like that. But let's just kind of look at why we tend to fall away from our goals so quickly. Is there something in the consciousness or something within ourselves that's not allowing this to take place year after year? Okay, so before we dive into all those topics, I just wanted to give an update on what's been happening. So really for the past year, I think the very first person that I spoke to was actually Wendy. So welcome back, Wendy, who's here with us. I'm so happy to see you. So I had spoken to her, and I don't know if you remember this, but I had said to you, I feel like there's so many more things that I want to do, but I don't know what it is. And I just, know that I have so many projects and courses and stuff that I want to roll out. And so this is actually nothing new, right? Every year, energies are being upgraded. the masters tell me pretty much every year to make some slight changes and alterations, maybe to courses and maybe some new offerings. And so the Academy, the Akashic Light Academy, has been around for 10 years already, 10 full years. And I think this would be a really, really big leap for us. So and everything took place rather quickly. So in December, it kind of gave me the idea of really offering a online platform for our students and new students, of course. And this online platform is I think is really exciting because it's something that I've never offered before, but it's always something that I wanted to do but never had the frame or the structure for it. And what's there is that through my observation over my years of doing healing and teaching, I've noticed that what people lacked the most was, a foundation. With every one of us awakening, slowly, step by step, we are awakening. And through those steps, we actually lack the foundation that is required for us to really embark on our mission. The understanding, the knowledge, and the healing was simply not sufficient. So whenever I had, a course, the course curriculum itself was great, right? So much tools and techniques. However, the integration was not possible. It wasn't fast enough because each student lacked the foundation. And the foundation we are speaking about is nothing basic. Okay, so when you look at our foundation course, it's nothing basic at all, but it's actually very important steps, knowledge, and techniques that you need to have within you, in your heart and your mind, in order for you to move on to the advanced and intermediate techniques that we are offering. So with this online platform, it is self-paced, so you learn at your own pace. It comes with a monthly subscription, so you don't have a big amount to pay. You pay along the way, pay as you are comfortable, learn as you are comfortable, and so it's self-paced, right? And so if you want to dedicate 1 day a week or 2 days a week, 2-3 hours a week, you can do that. As you do that, you allow time to integrate the knowledge, or maybe go through the healing, right? Nothing is rushed, unlike what we used to do, which is a weekend course, a 5-day course, and then people go about their lives, and and that's it. Everything is rushed and hurried. So on a mental level, that's probably what we like. Rush, fast, everything fast. But at the end of the day, you realize, what is it that I took away from the course? Nothing very much, actually, maybe just 5 to 10%. Everything else is forgotten. I didn't really have any connection with the students, neither did I have a connection with the students, So this way, I feel that it's very good that we have it self-paced, so you learn it at your own time, but we don't abandon you just because it's self-paced. We are actually offering weekly healings and weekly training. So the trainings will be on top of, in addition to what you are learning in the self-paced curriculum. It's in addition, simply because in the videos that we make, there is a limited time, and we can't spend so much time just talking, and people will have questions from there as well. So we will have a Q&A on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, and then we will also have additional trainings on top of that. At least once or twice a month we will do that. So depending on the group energy, depending on how many people there is, these additional trainings will be offered, okay, and only for the group that is subscribed. And so because of that, as you can tell, there is a lot of commitment that has to be put in. I think it's the most, really, throughout the years of my work, this would be the one platform and this one time that I'm really investing so much effort and so much creative energy into this project, that I really am not able to offer anything else on the side. So I'm not able to see new customers, new clients, and I'm not actually able to see a lot of my regulars anymore. However, I will be opening up these private sessions in support for students that are in the inner circle, okay, in StarLight Academy. So that will be available, right? And another thing that I wanted to really highlight to everyone is that I have been regularly doing these meditations, and it's been 2 years already. And the 3 meditations, right? So one is the high dimensional meditation, the other one is the DNA, and the third one is actually the karma healing. And the reason why we hold these 3 meditations and we are not stopping these meditations is because they are so important for our ascension process, right? So the first one really enables us to harness the energy of the double digit on every month, allowing us to walk through the stargates easily and as a group. And the karma healing is, of course, the other one that, is so important, because having all this unknown karma around us just builds up blockages, and trials and tribulations that we can easily just shift out of them, right? And the third one is the DNA activation. This is super important, especially for light workers and starseeds, to begin to awaken our original template within us, and that can only be happening. Of course, there are many other various ways which we will be teaching in the academy. But one of the very important and crucial techniques is actually through the DNA awakening. So these 3 meditations will also be included in the subscription. Okay, so when you subscribe on a monthly basis, then you get to enjoy these 3 meditations, and they're all they will all be uploaded and they'll be stored there forever. So as long as you're with us, you get access to all these meditations, as well as all the other previous meditations that we've done, our trainings and Q&As, and everything will go on there. So you never be left like as if you have nothing to do or nothing to learn. Yeah, it just depends how much time you actually want to devote to this path, and really how committed you are. So that's that one thing that I want to highlight. So it's no more a la carte, right? So you can't purchase just one session or another session. It's just one subscription price a month, and then you get access to everything. All right, so we expect to roll out at the end of January or early February. Yeah, early February. So please register with us. I think that's on my Instagram. You'll find a link there where you can register, and the moment we launch, we will send you an email with all the details. And trust me, you will enjoy the subscription price. You'll find it very attractive. It is a rate that I've never offered before in 20 years of doing this work. I've never done that. I'm always guided by my guides, right? Always in terms of pricing, in terms of venue, and everything. I'm always guided by them. So this time around, same thing, and I can explain a little bit more when it's finally launched why we are offering such an attractive price this time around, with so much value inside, right? With so much value. Okay, so. And then I feel that it's also a great time for you guys to have access to me as the academy is growing. The academy will be around for years to come. And as we start together, of course, we start small. We don't suddenly have 5,000 members, but that will happen in the future. So for now, I think it's a great time to get access to me via our weekly, bi-weekly trainings and Q&As, so you can ask all the questions that you've ever wanted. So that's an online platform. Not to say that we will never meet up. Those of you that prefer that one-on-one connection, we will meet up, and we will meet up for specific work that we are going to do. So the importance that we're going to place here in the next 2 years, as I'm being guided by the stars and by the energies that is descending upon us, is actually the activating of the earth grid lines and the ley lines. Now, why does that need to happen? Simply because when the the ley lines and the grid lines within Mother Earth, all these little portals, right, are activated, are opened up, are healed and cleaned and purified, then there is this amazing energy that comes in. All the energies that are meant to be here as of the original creation template, we will all be able to ascend together, right? Especially the star seeds, the indigos, and the light workers. We are just waiting for this to happen whilst we are cultivating ourselves. We are cultivating ourselves just so waiting for that moment when all these activations, codes, and portals open up. There we are ready to receive and to have this massive upgrade in our energy bodies so that we can achieve so much on a personal level, so wise, and also be on our mission 100%. So that's going to be happening a lot in the next 2 years. So this year, 2023 and 2024, we will have all these angelic energies coming down from the purest realms, higher than the 12th dimension, actually coming down, already descending, but in very, very small quantities, in very small percentages, starting with anything like 10% to 15%, just flooding the earth. And so there we are as light workers and starseeds. Our responsibility, our mission is to be there at all these places and trying to activate. So we can activate it being there in person, or we can activate it online, via a distance. So we can do that as a group. But of course, we all know that being there in person is going to create such a great shift even for ourselves, because that moment of emergence is going to take place straight away, right? It's going to take place straight away. And so we harness the energies of the land as well to allow this deep healing to take place for us. And you could be doing this work for years and years to come, and years before, and yet you don't experience this shift, right? So that's what's been happening for me. I've been going to these places, and sometimes we can do it in soul traveling, but nothing beats just being there and immersing yourself in the energies. So when we do this grid line and ley line activations for this year and next year, we're really working with the dragon energy. So what happened recently, which is so interesting, and I can't wait to share this with you here today. I know I did a video, but it was just really snippets of it. So I had gone to Bhutan in December, and I brought a couple of people there. And when we went to this one particular location, and I've been to this location before, but I've never actually experienced this. I've not seen it. So at this location, I actually saw a portal deep down in earth, and there were so many dragons coming in and out. A very, very beautiful and surreal experience. And I just, I thought I was seeing things. So I stood there for a while, and then this vision, I wouldn't even say it's a vision. Like, it seems so real to me. Like, I just saw it like with my naked eyes. The dragons flying in and out of all sorts of colors, rainbow colors. And that's when I realized that a dragon portal it could have opened up. So this I did not ask. It could have opened up, or it could always have been there. But because of maybe time, it could be time reason, it could be a lot of other reasons, right? That it wasn't visible, right? It wasn't visible previously. And so I was so excited, and I said, yes, the next time I come back, I really need to do more work with the dragons here. And it just means so much, right? The dragons are really the original creators and energies of this earth. It just brings me so much joy to say this and to be able to witness that and to bring this to all of you. So therefore, we're going to start our grid working in April. We will go back to Bhutan this time around with a very clear mission, which is to really activate that portal and start to activate the grid lines with this dragon energy. And also, of course, that benefits us so much, right? We are so much a part of that process. If we go according to the law of one, we are a part of all that, right? We are indispensable. and the divine is also indispensable to us because we are a part of it. We were born with it. So that's what we're going to do, going back to Bhutan in April. So if anybody is called and willing and you have the time, which is 27th to the 6th of May, it's a 10-day journey. We need 10 days, right? In actual fact, we only have 9 nights. We're going to go into the eastern part of Bhutan, which is actually the most spiritual part of Bhutan, to experience the deep spirituality and to understand the spirituality that is still thriving, in Bhutan itself. So the energies are pristine. It allows us a complete reset. I think that's the thing that has it's moved me the most about Bhutan, which is every time I go there, a reset happens for me. Why? Is it because I slow down? Is it because I don't talk so much? Or is it because I have nothing to do? No, it's the energies there that actually allow us to do it, right? So when we come back to the city, when we come back to Singapore, any part, of the world that you guys are going back to, it's all hustle and bustle and doing so many things and so much technology all around, right? So many influences all coming back to us, connecting again with the consciousness of the place that you call home is just not very helpful, right, at this time. And we don't have the mountains and the caves to retreat into. We just don't have the time because we're living a real life here. We are going about and we're doing human things and we are helping other humans. So our existence is very real, right? It's no longer there of the past where people retreat, months and years and they cultivate themselves and they have that practice. That is not possible for us anymore. But Bhutan actually allows us the gorgeous energies of really resetting. So for me, for many years, I have had, a challenge with anxiety. I look very calm, but no, I wasn't very calm inside, hardly, and I think a lot of us actually suffer from that, right? So being in the false matrix means being in this false consciousness, a fallen consciousness, an inverted consciousness, one that is completely not aligned with the person that we are meant to be, with this divine being that we're meant to be. And so it gives rise to a lot of physical, mental, and emotional issues inside of us, right? And it doesn't help that our parents are also in this fallen matrix. So all of us, including all our ancestors, are being brought up in this false consciousness, a false way of being, and injecting all these fears into us. Similarly, that's how they experienced life itself. And also, going through all the turmoil and all the trauma in the world, like wars, our ancestors would have gone through that. Not having enough to eat, scarcity, and then witnessing all these pain and suffering that other people are going through. It's just so much, too much for the soul. And yet, as the world slowly improves, and I must say that it has improved, we don't have slavery now, right? Not like, years ago, thousands of years ago, hundreds of years ago. Now we have certainly improved. But still, you see so many of us still living in fear, still living in scarcity, and understanding only at a very mental level that, I'm divine and I'm meant to have this amazing life, that love is all around, and I'm looking for this conscious oneness. But where is it? Where really is it? And all this is actually inside of us, inside of our heart. It hasn't gone away. And so my mission from this year is really to start helping people to remember, come into that remembrance in the right way. Not just a bunch of knowledge out there, a bunch of science out there that doesn't really do anything for us, that doesn't do anything for us as Starseeds and Light Workers. Yeah, so that's the mission of the Academy moving forward, which is to really, have a curriculum, have a training platform that allows people to thrive, and learn in a proper way, so that become very confident, well-rounded practitioners, healers, light workers in any area that they choose to be in. Okay. Yeah, so that was the dragon energies that we have. So I had somebody ask a question. Will this information be emailed to us as well later? Yeah, absolutely. I think we can set up something to send you that in all these information that I've just mentioned. I think you were probably asking about the academy. Yeah. So yes, we will. Maybe we can have our support. Just take note of that. Okay, let me see. Let's just take a breath in. That was a lot. And I welcome questions at any time. If anyone has a question, or even if you have a comment or an observation about the current energies now, so please share with us. We'll be so happy to hear from you. Let's get this over. Okay. So the 2023 and 2024, we will be expecting, right, all these angelic energies coming down, activating grid lines, and now we understand what that means for us. So the message here is for everybody to be prepared, right, to start cultivating yourself. And some of you, I understand, may already be on the path, maybe 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, but really, coming into that real practice, at this time, very focused on the ascension work. Yeah, very focused on healing the self. And this means updating ourselves with a lot of knowledge and information that is current. Okay, so when we talk about the false matrix, one thing stands out, right? I don't know if anybody has thought about this. So when we say false matrix, it means that everything built, taught within the false matrix is false, right? It's either false or it has a very little power to it. Yeah, the power, the essence of it is reduced, and so you may only be getting 10-20% of it. That's one thing, so and it could be completely inaccurate. Yeah. And then for the self, because you are also in the false matrix, I'm also in the false matrix, we are not able to discern. We are not able to discern that. So one training that is going to be so imperative for us to have is the subtle perception training, which is this ability to be able to sense subtle energies out there. And what do these subtle energies tell us? Lots of things. They tell us whether an information is correct. They tell us if this information is of a higher frequency. They tell us if this information comes from a good source, and where this information comes from within a person. Is it of a good intention? Okay, so subtle perception is very important to have. It's not just this ability to it doesn't only mean psychic abilities. It means so much more. It means being connected with your divine presence, your divine self. It means being connected with your intuition. Okay, and this is also going to help us really start to heal the physical body. In 2022, the one theme that the masters had told me and ensured that I was to do and to help everyone with is to start healing the physical body. And why is that so? Our physical body is our sacred temple. It's just this amazing vehicle. I mean, if you think about tools, if you think about spiritual tools that we are meant to have, your gifts, your power, the very first thing that comes to mind is actually our physical body, right? And so you can see that the false consciousness, the false matrix, and all the bad news out there and all the false information is actually targeting the body. It targets the health and vitality of the physical body, because without this vehicle, we are nothing. We can't do the work. Okay? So in 2022, it was a task for me to really get out to as many people as possible, even if it's under the guise and the illusion that we're just losing weight. Okay, so even if we are just losing weight, we are still bringing the physical body back into balance. And what are we really working on? We're really working on the energetics of the physical body, mainly the meridian system, which holds so much of consciousness, which, all this, when we have an activation, it moves through the meridian system, okay? Yeah, when we have cords, it moves through the meridian system. And then, of course, the other very important one, which I think a lot of people are talking about and people are understanding now, is actually the nervous system. Okay, the nervous system. The nervous system is what allows us to thrive and to be lucid and to be calm, right? And to give us that clarity, because without a regulated, calm nervous system, we are always on that fight and flight, and we are never calm enough or still enough to tap into the reservoir of power and love within us. Right? We are always running around like a headless chicken. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? And our power is all within. So instead of tapping into that power with a very still and conscious mind, with a receptive mind rather than a thinking mind, we are always going to someone else. So tell me what you think, tell me what to do. Can you decide this for me, or what do I do? Right? So we are constantly giving away our power to that. And so if anybody suggests anything, like if the government says anything or anybody says to do something, yeah, just go take a vaccine, take 1, take 2, take 3, we'll all say, okay. Because our nervous system is just not calm enough to handle all these things, to handle new information. Our nervous system is not calm enough to handle new energies, new vibrations, higher frequencies that are coming in. So we sit there and we try and receive every month, every week, and we just feel good for a couple of days, and then after that, all goes away. Yeah. So same thing with going for any retreats or going for any motivational talks and retreats. Same thing, you feel the energy for a while, and then basically what does not happen is that embodiment does not take place at all. So we want to start to train this physical body, rehabilitate this physical body, so it has this capacity and ability to anchor in all these energies, right? And then you feel that your life truly starts to shift and change for the better. Okay. So next, we will be now addressing the purity and innocent codes which is within us. These codes that are the essence of whom we are. Purity codes that carry the love frequencies, the Christos love frequency, Christ energies, and we are not talking about religion, we're not talking about Christianity, we are talking about this frequency of love that is known as the Christ energy or the Christos energy. And so we have a mission to come back into those energies. And so we have originally, our original creation template within us carries this purity and innocent codes. And what does that mean? It just fills us up with a lot of love, a lot of light, and a certain way of being and a certain way of living in mastery of the self. So we will often feel that our divine feminine energies and divine masculine energies are completely balanced within us. And every one of us has that. It doesn't mean that I'm a female, I should only embody divine feminine energy. So I must be soft, and I must be gentle, and I must be loving. And then if you're male, you must be all that, masculine energies. And so now we are at a stage where if we are to talk about a female embodying the masculine energies, we feel very uncomfortable. And for a male to embody and to think about embodying the female energies, that makes that person feels very uncomfortable. Why? Because there has been a lot of false teachings out there about how we perceive a male and a female, and how we perceive ourselves in the body, right? So there has been a lot of distortions around that. So what about the purity and innocent codes? Not there anymore. We're not able to embody this love for ourselves and for others. So let us just break it down a little bit more. And what does purity actually mean? It refers to the essence of whom we are, which is pure, which is divine, and which is perfect and whole. Purity also represents freedom, because in that pureness and in that remembrance of the divine self, you realize that you have absolute freedom and you have absolute free will, you know. And when you feel that, when you know that, when you can embrace that completely, nothing can control you, right? Nothing can teach you otherwise. You know your own truth. Purity means to be in a state that is completely untainted, not contaminated, and not adulterated in any way, which our energies have been and is constantly being bombarded by negative frequencies that is presented to us in a very positive way, right? Maybe let's talk about, say, mobile phones or EMF or television, you know, all these the 5G even that's coming in to disrupt. So it always has two faces, you know. That's why we say we are always in duality, but we always look at the false or the negative aspect, or maybe sometimes the positive aspect, and we don't realize that there is a negative aspect to it as well. Okay, so we are not able to really experience true freedom in the body, in the mind, and in the heart. So due to living in this false matrix for lifetimes, right? Not just one lifetime, for lifetimes, it just means that our soul has been imprisoned in a society that thrives on fear and complete disconnection from our spiritual nature. And that means, like, if you talk to people and you say, oh, you know, we're connecting, we're meditating. Okay, meditation is quite normal right now, but if you talk about, sometimes you talk to people about chakras, you talk to people about crystals, you talk to people about energy, having a soul, they'll be like, what are you talking about, right? It doesn't make sense to them, and they'll think that you are crazy. So I like to tell my students that for us, we are actually very normal, and everybody else is actually not. So in this contaminated state, it is then impossible for us to shine our true light when we can't even see the light within. We have no idea, we have no purpose, right? And we have no sense of presence at all. We are just living life one day at a time and totally unaware of what our purpose is. And even when we think we know that purpose, it doesn't sit very deep inside of us. It's probably because somebody told us, we've taken on somebody else's understanding of whom we are. We are never our sovereign self, right? We never know enough things that are so true and so deep down inside of us that absolutely nothing can shake us, okay? So therefore, we have this constant bombardment of all this information out there, which keeps seeding the mind and our hearts with lots of anxiety and fear, and then takes us deeper into that duality consciousness, right? So on one level of our being, we have so many aspects of us that are learning, that are thriving, that are trying to heal. And there is just one small little aspect of us that says, yes, you know, we understand, we resonate with this information out there of love, of oneness, of non-judgment, to the self and then to the others. But then we have so many other aspects out there that are sleeping, that are not awake, that are afraid, that need healing, that are judging themselves, that we are not able to see the true light. All the consciousness of us are not able to come together in full power, light, and love to truly shine. So it's like if you have 100 light bulbs in you, there may only be 10 that are lit up and working, and the rest are just, you know, not lighted up and just dark. So you have such little light in you that you're not able to see the perfection that you are. Right, so we live in a forgetfulness or this state of amnesia about who we truly are as the societal system continues to take our power away from us. And so this is a message that is coming through very, very strongly and very clearly, and we'll probably be repeating ourselves so many times in this year, which is really to get this message deep into the core of your being, and then for you to awaken. That is the true awakening, right? And then for you to take real action, okay? Real action that's really going to benefit yourself and others. And why do we have to keep repeating ourselves, right? Just so, like, sometimes when you hear something, you don't quite get it, or it just passes you, and we are also going against all these other programmings that are trying to prevent us from getting our message across to you. So yes, we will not be giving up. We will be repeating this constantly. Yeah. And so every time we talk about this, I just want you to, perhaps observe within yourself. So this time around, I feel this way. Maybe I feel a little bit, taken aback, or maybe I think, oh, she's nuts, she's crazy. And then maybe another time I feel, hey, this doesn't feel so bad. And you begin to observe yourself and realize how you are walking around, not with power, but rather just going about your day like in, autopilot or by default, just doing things, not being very conscious of what you're doing or what you're feeling at all, or what the body is trying to tell you. So the Innocence Codes really talks about, again, this connection that we have, trust, this trust and deep connection through the Innocence Codes that we have with ourselves and with the divine. However, this Innocence Codes is now and has been replaced with codes of shame and guilt, again, to imprison the soul, really, so that the soul it just moves around like a zombie and not able to shine, not able to ascend, right? Or rather be under the illusion that it is ascending, but it's really just going around in circles. And especially so it attacks the divine feminine, but actually also the divine masculine. So much work has been done on the divine feminine, and actually this year, for the next 20 years, you will see a great surgence of the divine consciousness and the divine feminine around and within us, within yourself, but also within others. You'll find that the feminine will awaken to take back their full control over so many things in society. And I think that's already been happening, but it's going to become more and more obvious, as the time goes by. For the next 20 years, we will be observing a mass awakening, right? And this has been spoken about. I am aware of this. Every year we say the same thing, that it's going to be a mass awakening, but this time around even more. And we consider this stepping into another new age. This time from 2023, stepping into another new age. So for all of you who are sitting on the fence and wondering if I should be shining now, if I should be telling people about how I feel, if I should be doing light work, if I'm truly a starseed, all these insecurities and uncertainties that's, just going around inside of you, in your heart, in your mind, I suggest you just do it. Just do it. Just come into that knowing, activate your courage and step up, because we need you. We need you to do the work. There's not enough of us. There really isn't not enough of us. Just look at all the ascended masters and all the beings out there and all the angels. How many are there? That's how many it takes to do the work. And how about us here? We are just having a good time on Netflix, going for gatherings, going to yoga class and thinking, that's enough, right? And we've done our best, or holding a crystal and we've done our best. So yeah, so please know that you can actually do so much more. And really, this is a plea here. We do need you. We need your energies. We need your full participation. I think the masters were also saying the other day, full participation. I say, what are you talking about? We are all participating. They say, no. People are half participating, or thinking that they're participating, but they're not. It's like paying lip service, but not actually really doing the work. So immersing yourself, doing the work. And what that means is commitment, discipline, devotion, right? Using your time, allocating most of your time to the work, to yourself, to not giving your power away, to taking back all your power. Now maybe we don't talk about giving the power away. We talk about just using your own power. And as you start to use your power, you realize that you need more and more of it in order to grow, in order to, really move things along. And then doing the work of balancing the masculine and the divine energies within you, because that's again so powerful, so very powerful. If every one of us can just do that, there will be no wars. Immediately we will have this law of one just descend upon us completely, fully, without any concern of what it might be. People just flow into it and just magically open up, and we will all just be loving to each other, and you think that this is incredulous and unattainable. Not at all. I'm actually seeing it happen. As more of the false matrix comes in and all that negative alien forces coming in and trying to influence the ones here to do the work for them, because of that, I actually see their mission not quite happening. Not quite happening. And I'm just in awe of humanity, honestly. I mean, at times when we look at humanity, we feel kind of disappointed, right? We do. We feel maybe it makes us angry of all the things that they can do to one another. It at times it's just really hard to watch. But at other times I feel so much in respect, because I know in actual fact we are indestructible, right? We all just need to awaken this star inside of our heart, this essence, this power which is inside our heart. It's nowhere out there. You don't have to worry about having to go very far or to spend a lot of money, or to spend like a whole lot of time to imagine where is your higher self or your divine presence. It's inside of you. That's the good news, right? It's inside of us. It's here. It's now. You don't have to look anywhere else. It's just here, right? So this message alone just cut short so much time for us, right? When I started on my journey, I was constantly searching on the outside. Every single day, I was very devoted and very disciplined, very devoted and disciplined to looking for the answer out there and not within myself, because I didn't have that guidance. I didn't have that someone to guide me and to show me, or to give me little hints and little tips. And that's what Starlight is here for, is to help everybody to accelerate their learning, but in a very grounded way. Grounded meaning we are not planning to take you anywhere into space or into Mars. We have one mission, which is to make your life here, your incarnation, amazing. Not filled with suffering or fear or lack or scarcity, but one that is vibrant, that is loving, that is abundant, and that abundance starts to flow and to create that ripple effect to all other human beings as well, right? Because we'll have so much, that's what we're saying. We have so much that it just isn't an issue to share it. Okay, so the innocence codes have been kind of tortured and ripped apart and distorted within us. And these innocence codes have been going on, the torture and the abuse has been going on to these codes within us through sexual abuse, through rituals, right? And these, the male and the females, have experienced this, during the witch hunt, during all the wars, where they have stripped every individual of their dignity. And these hold very deep in our DNA, and it holds very deep in our cells. And so that's why karma healing and DNA activation is so important, because it brings us back into the true remembrance. It strips away, takes away all the pain, the hurt, the suffering, the torture, and the abuse that on a mental level you may have possibly forgotten already. But on a physical and energetic level, those things never go away, right? So when we go into the Akashic records, we can tell all the suffering that each soul has gone through, all the pain. And all those things don't go away immediately. They take time. And that's why we have time on earth, right? Time is actually our friend. Time is on our side. This time round, time is truly on our side. Equipped with the best knowledge, up-to-date knowledge, tools and techniques, you will find that every little slice of time that you put into your practice and you put into others will be absolutely worth it at the end of the day, right? So I took more than 10 years of a daily practice, but I know that so many of you will not have to do this, will not have to take 10 years, no way, right? It's this time that you have to put in is going to be much shorter because you have good assistance coming your way, right? You have earth angels and you have divine masters and you have your galactic team and your angelic team with you. So that's not going to take too long, right? Yeah. Okay, so all these practices of the past, mind control, that starts to dehumanize us, and then even sexual rituals that take place. And this one I see a lot when I do readings for others. I see how this sexual act in many civilizations have gone a little bit crazy. And it just makes people really wonder about their sexuality, and their body feels so, their energy is being siphoned, their energy is being taken away, right? And so all these codes go with it. Sometimes they become distorted. I mean, they never really leave us in any way, but they just kind of don't work for us anymore. They become distorted, they become inverted. So all the goodness in them, the purity in them, has turned into something negative, and that's what every one of us is experiencing right now and trying to heal from. So the divine feminine energy, or the more feminine energies, have to do with us feeling the sacredness within us, sensuality within us. We are nurturing. We also can call forth our divine wisdom, right? The divine feminine wisdom, love for others. It allows us, the divine feminine, the higher expression of the divine feminine, allows us to reflect, reflect, practice self-mastery, and practice service to others. The divine feminine in our highest expression is also looking for joy in every single thing that we do. So the purpose of every task or project or action always results in joy. Okay? The divine feminine is, of course, also life-giving. Right? We give birth, and the birth process is very, very, very sacred. Yeah, we have seen mothers being traumatized from the birth process. We have seen children, babies being traumatized from or during the birth process itself. And of course, the divine feminine carries the creation energy very, very strongly. Yeah, the creation energy that is in all of us, that is a sacral, that is sitting within the sacral chakra, that has been highly, deeply traumatized. And so we're not able to run or draw that creative energy within us, which is actually what we need to work on our mission. Now, this creative energy that allows us to think, to be inspired, to move, to do things, and using this divine creation energy to also connect back to whom we truly are and to the divine source, God source. So this, when the sacral chakra is so deeply traumatized, where does this creative energy go? Nowhere, nothing. We can't draw that from anywhere. So that's why we become a little bit like zombies. Yeah. And the divine masculine, right? What is the divine masculine all about? What does this energy speak of? In its highest expression, it is actually protective. So we have this energy within us, which is to protect each other, right? But what are we doing? We are creating wars. We are hurting animals. We are hurting children. We are hurting each other. And how sad is that? So the false matrix has achieved its purpose of turning people against each other. When there's no community, when there's no oneness, anything can penetrate, right? And break us apart completely. So the divine energy, masculine energy within us is actually very, very protective. It is assertive. It is very confident, right? So many of us, and those of you who are practitioners, I'm sure you've heard from your clients, what they lack of is confidence and assertiveness. They do all this work and they go for all these courses. Sure, on the outside, they appear so confident. And all that can be trained, I understand. But on the inside, they are still empty. They are still fearful. And this is where we come in as light workers and healers with starseed origins. This is where we come in. We come in to heal the brokenness in each person, right? How do we do that? We do that by helping them to remember, helping their bodies to remember its own power. Now, it's not like we go in and we turn on a switch and we say, there you are. You're done. You're very confident now and you can be also assertive. We don't do that. We make sure that they participate. They come into that knowing and they go and they do all the things that need them, that allows them to come back into this power. And we hold that energy and we hold that space and we hold the field for them. Right? So when they step into this field, when they step into this energy that you hold, this container that you hold for them, they say, hey, the other day when I met you and I went home, I felt transformed. And what did you do? Actually, nothing much. You just held that energy, that pure energy, 12-dimensional energy coming down in its absolute purest form, not distorted and not contaminated in any way, for another person to heal, to come into that knowing and to receive that intelligence and that wisdom. And the body reciprocates, right? So where are we taking our energies from? Let us also really bear in mind, right? Where are we tapping? Because every other dimension is distorted. This earth itself is completely distorted, right? So imagine the crystals and the animals. We're all living in the same consciousness. Yeah. Okay, and that will be for another day. So the divine masculine, the highest energies, the highest expression, also allows us to stand up for the self, right? And to stand up for others. It allows for critical thinking to take place. It allows for risk taking to take place. Now, none of us dare to take a risk now, to step out of our comfort zone and to do what we truly, truly want to do. We just suppress. And that's what we've been taught. It's not our fault. It's not your fault. Please know that it's not your fault at all. But this is how we've been taught to live and to be, right? We are being taught that if you want to thrive as a human being, you want to be loved and expected and loved by everyone, then you are expected to hold back your feelings and not be your true self. And just be the person that everybody expects you to be. And then you'll be successful in life, right? Yeah. So on the outside, you may look very successful, but on the inside, not very successful, very unhappy, very empty inside. And then as the years goes by, the body starts to respond and starts to show you what all that unhappiness is all about. And then you fall sick, Yeah, all those things, right? It's just a vicious cycle. We could go on and on about this. It really is a vicious cycle. Okay, so the highest form of the divine masculine also talks about the ability to create healthy boundaries around you, around yourself, healthy boundaries. Okay, and once the feminine and the divine feminine and divine masculine actually merge together, clearly no boundaries are required. So if you've listened clearly to what I've been sharing, the feminine and the masculine actually share similar qualities. Okay, but on a different spectrum. One is softer and one is more dynamic. One is gentler, right? And one is stronger. And that's about it. So how different are we from another person? We're actually holding the same energies, but expressing it out differently. And that makes our unique self. That makes you unique, irreplaceable, and just how you express it makes you different. Your energies cannot lie to anyone else, right? Because I could say or do things in one way, and then I have another person do the same thing in the exact same thing, but we will both give off very different energies, and we will both attract different people, right? So I could be wearing the same clothes with the same makeup and somebody else does the same. Physically, we could also be about, the same weight and body shape is kind of similar, but still we will attract different people. And why is that so? Because it is the energy of you that is unique. It's the energy of you that gives out and is unique, that makes up your unique self. So what that means is we just simply need to work on ourselves, don't we? For now, we need to come into mastery of the energy. And what that means is we start to work with our energies and we start to understand our energies. We start to understand who we truly, truly are. Starting with the self, starting with the body, because the body is our number one supporter and cheerleader that is constantly giving you signals and signs and subtle messages as to what you need to do to be your bestest self, to come into your highest, most divine self, to create this place within you, this structure within you, this environment within you that allows the full emergence and embodiment of your higher self, your soul, and all of God's divine qualities. And then restoring the divine templates around you, which comes in the form of your light bodies. So we will take you through this process step by step, which is why the foundation is important. It's the re-education and the relearning of each starseed and light worker that needs to take place from 2023. Okay, so we will now go into the activation portion, going into the medicine healing container to start to heal the sacral chakra and to activate the purity and innocence codes within us. So when we go into the sacral chakra, we begin to clear out all distortions, all trauma, and all fear. At the same time, this needs to coincide with the root chakra as well as the solar plexus. So we are working on the lower three chakras, which is working on yourself. And this self is so important because it is this self that is here on this earth and doing the work, right? It is you. We cannot leave you out of the equation. So just working with the higher chakras alone is not going to set you up for success. But working with the lower chakras and getting the lower chakras all happy, comfortable, safe, and secure is how we start off our mission with success. Okay, so we invite everyone to get comfortable, and you might want to get a blanket because, sometimes as we go into meditation, you can feel cold. So have a blanket. If you have crystals, your favorite crystals that you like, you can also go grab them now. So we take a deep breath now into the body. And if you prefer for now, you can also turn off your video if that allows you to feel safe. You may also choose to lie down if that allows you to be even more relaxed. So we like to invite the body now to take a very relaxed stance, just going deep inside and giving permission to all parts of yourself to relax. And know that you are safe. You are in this container, this medicine container that is anchored in the 12th dimension. And in the 12th dimension, its energies are pure, untainted, not contaminated in any way, filled with absolute divine original creation love. And this love, this frequency begins to flow into your heart space, touching that star in the center of your heart. And you begin to melt into this energy, because it may start to bring up so many emotions inside of you, all the parts of you that is craving for this love begins to awaken and to resonate with this energy. Just take a deep breath in, this time through the heart, creating more space inside of the heart so that more of these loving energies, these frequencies can flow into your heart, this time opening up the back of your heart. And here it holds the feminine and the masculine energies here within the heart. We're just connecting to these two energies here and allowing the masculine and the feminine here to feel safe and to feel secure and to feel loved and held and supported, to allow the deepest healing to take place. And this 12D energy, supported by our angelic and galactic team, moves deep into all facets of the heart, all dimensions of the heart. And we're going to start to call back all of the heart energies, all of your heart energies that you have given away, that you've left behind with someone else in a past life. And perhaps you've left a piece of your heart with a beautiful family in one of the ancient civilizations that you've thrived in, that you've experienced so much happiness and pureness and innocence. Taking back all of your heart energy from all dimensions and realities and star systems and all the different universes out there, and drawing that back into this heart, allowing the heart to come into its fullness. And this is when your courage starts to build here in the heart space. The courage to be your authentic self, whatever that is, at any moment, it doesn't matter. At this very moment, you're just your authentic self. Whatever is perfect to you or is not, that you have the courage to just be, but also have the courage to learn and the courage to be humble and the courage to surrender and to let go, and all those things go hand in hand. And we need the heart to be strong and to mature. And the heart matures through the interactions or the embodiment of the higher self and the soul. And all the qualities all the creator qualities coming into the heart space. So let this be a year of allowing the heart to mature. Settling deeply into the heart now, we feel more settled, more comfortable, and less tension within the heart space. And now we begin to share our heart energy with the lower three energy centers, and we invite you to simply allow your heart energy to flow into your belly, into the solar plexus, into the sacral, and into the root chakra. And this is yourself, your own heart energy, the essence of whom you are, sending so much love into your earth self, into this person that you are that's existing in this lifetime, and so many other lifetimes that have lacked this love and this connection with your star self, with your divine presence, this essence, this energy that comes from the heart, and sending that into the lower three energy centers. And this sends a signal, or sends that frequency, or sends a message into these three energy centers to say, relax, we are going into healing. It's okay now to face all your traumas and the abuse and the suffering and the truth of all that is right here and right now. And this truth for you may be something of the present lifetime that you've gone through, any abuse from any friend or family member, a physical or even a sexual abuse that may be coming up for you right now. And these are being released now out of the lower three energy centers, being released out of other parts of you that have held this memory, being released from aspects of you that have broken away or are being stuck in that time and space when this memory or this experience was created. And release. As we take all these parts coming out, all this hurt, pain, abuse, and trauma being released, we take this as we ask for the creator energy to purify and heal these energies. And they go off back into the different universes, turning into pure light, pure consciousness, turning back into that free energy. And all that being gently released out and clearing out all memories, balancing that memory, and that filling that memory with love, with this very specific frequency that when you look back or when you recall, you do not recall with pain or with suffering or with fear. You recall with neutrality. You recall with love. You recall with peace and stillness. And you can then go into the process of reflection Why did this take place for me? What am I to learn from this? And at that point, as you are able to understand the divine plan within that experience, you begin to elevate the consciousness. And this takes intelligence, it takes wisdom, it takes clarity. Oh. And we invite our angelic and galactic team that is working with the One Alliance to begin to work on our energy fields, our light bodies, and to take us out of the false matrix, the consciousness that is controlling and keeping our soul imprisoned. As we invite you to see a bubble of gold light either in front of you or beside you, we invite you to step out of the existing bubble that you're in and to step out and into this gold bubble of light. And this will be your new matrix, your new template, or rather the original template of all that is, of whom you are, the essence, the true essence, original version of you. You stepping into this, knowing that you're absolutely worth it, and you are so loved, you are bathed in love as you go through this and allow yourself to go through this initiation. And step in fully. And as you step into this gold bubble of light, tears may flow as you feel you've come home, you've come back to yourself. And you can just take a deep breath here, send that into the body, and checking in with the body, how the body feels right now. For you are in divine partnership with your body, and so we should always be checking in and knowing if there is a resonance, if alignment has taken place. How does the body feel? We need feedback from the body. All right, so one more time, breath in. And then now going into the root chakra, we are going to begin to release all conditionings, all false beliefs, all trauma and terror, all implants, all tags that are placed in the first three energy centers that give access to negative entities to taunt us, to disrupt our lives, either in our waking moments or in our sleeping moments, where they have access to our energy centers, our lower energy centers, so they come and disrupt. And we ask for these tags and programmings to now be removed. We ask for these codes. Abusive, dehumanizing codes to be now removed right now. Whew. And that just opens up the root chakra. Thank you. Now we go into the solar plexus. And let's just have a moment here and we just tap into the solar plexus and try and sense the subtle energies that are going on here. And we're picking up sourness here, a sour sensation that relates to jealousy, that gives rise to competitiveness, that takes us deeper into the duality consciousness, deeper into polarity. And we're going to neutralize this. So calling all angelic and galactic forces, all true power of light consciousness to begin now to dissolve this negative frequency within our solar plexus, to dissolve all frequencies and codes of jealousy and competitiveness to self and to others that is not for our highest and greatest good. All distortions, distorted energies and influences and programmings within the solar plexus. Release now. And our parasites that are siphoning our energies within the lower three energy centers to also be taken out, released out through the root chakra, and these parasites to be completely dissolved in the violet flame of transformation and alchemy. I'm going to cleanse the spine, the lower spine and the lower back region. And I'm being called to move there now to release a lot of hidden codes and hidden programmings, attachments at the lower back and in the lower part of the spine. And this area here, which is severely blocked, so that we are not able to experience that emergence of the divine, feminine and masculine taking place, which starts from the base of the spine and then travels upwards, moving into all the systems of the body and allowing this Kundalini effect or experience to take place fully for each one. Okay, so going into the lower back now, and some of you may feel guided to place your palms at your lower back, and this is to support this process, and this is also to intend that you are fully participating in your healing. And with so much love, you place your hands, your palms at the lower back. And we're going in now with the purest energies, but actually it's moving in from the back of the neck. The energies are moving down the spine right now and all the way to the base of the spine. Energies are splitting up to the left and the right of the spine and of the lower back, moving into the buttocks as well. So here a lot of hormones are being stored, and very useful hormones, especially for women, and with unlocking all the blockages there. to release these hormones. And these hormones are going to ignite or reinstate the purity and innocent codes. And same for the men. All the purity and innocent codes that are being placed in the sacral, in the lower back, and around the hips, and in the root chakra now. It's being purified now within this energy, within this container, moving into the lower back, activating the hormones, clearing out, cleansing, purifying the purity and innocent codes, and activating them into its original state, into its original power, light, and glory. Alright, we invite you to just take a deep breath now. Send it all the way down to the base of your body. And please participate in this. Exhale out and just release all that gunk, all that rubbish, all that programming, all that control, all that abuse, that trauma. Out it goes. And the universe takes care of all of that. The container, this medicine container, will take care of all of that. Ooh. Okay. All right. So now with this activated codes inside of you, we just want to send our the new energies and new frequencies inside of us, and the new template powers that we are holding and that we are now gonna embody and internalize more and more into our everyday being, the way we think, the way we walk, the way we serve. We are not gonna share that with so much gratitude to Mother Earth. And when we say that, we want to focus on sending it to also offer an awakening and a healing process for all kingdoms of Mother Earth, all animals, and all ocean beings, and in the lakes and in the seas, and all crystal, all the crystal kingdoms and the crystal caverns have all been taking on these, being bombarded by all these negative energies. And let us send all of our love and all of our upgraded energy and consciousness, which we have in abundance of right now. We are going to participate and send it to all kingdoms of Mother Earth. Set an intention, visualize pure light moving out of your body, out of your being. You may be guided to move it out through the heart, but send it into Mother Earth and envision and see this healing energy just flowing into all parts of her, into all the ley lines, into all the grid lines. And especially let us send this awakening, conscious, pure energy into all animals, especially animals that live in zoos or domesticated animals. Let us also free them from this energy imprisonment that is also taking place for them, where they have no freedom of choice. They are completely helpless. And so as we take care of ourselves, as we come together for each one, let us not forget the true the ones that are also very, very helpless. And today we are being reminded to work very specifically with the animal kingdom. And also their purity and innocence codes have been abused and tortured as well. So we send them so much love. And Gaia sends you her love. As we feel her consciousness moving through us, moving into us, wrapping around us, we feel that love and that safety, like a safety blanket coming over us. And when you open your eyes, may you feel very, very safe in this world, in this existence, in your body. And may you feel that you can achieve and do anything that your soul desires. May this be an amazing, beautiful, prosperous, and loving year for you and for all of us, for your loved ones, for friends and co-workers. And we give thanks and gratitude to our galactic and angelic families, to our guides, to Mother Earth, and to all pure light beings that have been in this container, this healing container with us today. We thank ourselves and our higher selves and our souls for their participation. We thank our earthly body as we come into a different relationship with our body, and we realize how amazing, how intelligent, how patient, and how compassionate our body has been to us. And now it is time to reciprocate the same to our body. So come back into the body now and feeling different parts of the body and breathing, taking a new awareness into your space, and then gently opening your eyes. All right, how does everyone feel? You can just give me some feedback in the chat. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to serve you in this way. And it is also one of my goals to offer more support sessions like these every month. Committed to doing that. And of course, it's available to everyone. And what we do after these sessions, free sessions, is we upload them to YouTube. So we have a YouTube channel. It's the StarLight Academy. So please look for us there, subscribe. And just in case you can't attend live, we would love to have you live and more participation. All participation is welcome. But if you can't join us live, then at least you know where to find the recordings. They're just on YouTube itself at the StarLight Academy. Yes. So we've got the link there, and so that's where we will upload all these sessions and webinars that we will be doing more and more every month. Okay, so if anyone has any suggestions, we are really open to suggestion, because what we want to offer, it has to be what people need at this time. It's not what I need, it's not what my guides need. They have everything, they there's enough for them, but we are here to serve you. So tell us if there's anything specific that you'd like us to talk about. You can send me a DM on Ascension with Tarra at Instagram. You can send me a DM there, and I will take note, and we'll find a time, a space, an opportunity to present and share more. Yeah. Okay, so if anybody has any more feedback, say you feel something or something comes up for you in the next couple of days, you can always reach out to me on Instagram. Just send me a DM, and I will do my bestest to get to right back as soon as I can. All right, take care, everybody. Have a wonderful Sunday and rest of the day wherever you are. We wish you all the best, and we love you, and we can't wait to see you again. Thank you. Bye.